Question 284. What is the worst superpower?
Ooh. There's actually a canon X-Men character that has the worst superpower.
Is that Booster Gold?
He's not X-Men, you dickhead.
Oh, I don't know, do I?
What could you do?
He has the ability to blow himself up, but he can
Oh,
only...
that guy.
You can only do it once.
Yeah.
And then what happens to him?
And then he's blown the fuck up.
Well, see, if you had just stopped at blown himself, then I'm sure
That would be an excellent superpower. I would not be on the stream. I would not have it.
That would be a better use for the giraffe neck.
I have tried, I can't reach.
See, I told you I picked right. So I'm the only one who picked the giraffe neck.
Okay, so we've got the guy who can blow himself up once.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, no, I have a question. How did he know?
So there was somebody else who was able to test him and found out what it was. I forget exactly how he found out, but it was...
Is this dangerous to anyone but him?
No, he actually did it. He took out a city block.
Oh, okay.
Anyone in the city block.
I was going to say that if he just kind of just goes and splats everywhere and then doesn't harm anyone, it just kind of makes a mess. That'd be even worse.
Yeah.
Okay, so that there we go. That power, but it's useless.
Ooh.
Did you guys see The Boys by any chance?
Yes.
The
The
Boys.
invisible guy?
Have you read The Boys?
No, I haven't. I haven't read it yet, and I want to, but yeah.
So the only person that I've been able to get to read The Boys is Rachel Oates. Please read The Boys.
What is The Boys?
I will.
So fucking good.
Absolutely.
Wait, what is The Boys?
Really, Dave?
I've never heard.
Boys.
It's a very adult comic. Don't watch the series on Amazon before you read the comic.
Is it the American superhero web television series or that's based on a thing?
Read the comic that it's based on.
Hang on, let me find the comic book of the same name, The Boys.
Yeah, I believe it's Garth Ennis.
So Wikipedia tells me.
Yeah, Garth Ennis also did. Have you seen Preacher or read the comic Preacher?
I love Preacher.
Same guy.
Love Preacher.
Same guy.
Is it? I did not
Yes.
know. Okay. That makes sense though.
Right?
And I have read Preacher. So
Okay, if we're gonna get into comics, I'm gonna geek out real hard. Let's.
you know who actually atheist pastor does a comic book thing. He actually used to own a comic book shop, and he does a comic book show every once in a while. So
That's awesome.
you're coming on our show in a couple weeks. I will hook you up, and I'm sure he would love to do a separate comic book show with you.
That would be really fun.
I'm wondering whether I should pitch to you the idea of a comic book chat or a blacksmithing chat.
Roger, I know you can show pictures on your screen and Dave can't. I'm going to tweet you a picture if you put it up on your screen.
All right.
Ooh, Doc Fierce. The ability to turn invisible, but only when no one's looking at you. That was
Mystery Man.
Mystery Man. Yes.
I was gonna.
How do you know you're invisible?
Exactly.
Because you can't see your own hands.
There
But
go,
you're
Roger.
looking
I
then.
DM'd you on Twitter.
Where did you in the private? Yeah,
Yeah,
there
just DM'd you on Twitter, yeah.
it is. Right, give me a sec.
the turning invisible thing might be like if let's say you're robbing a bank by yourself. There's no one there, but you're invisible.
The cameras can't see you.
Yeah, that might be useful.
Okay, what about something like a superpower that just likes to fuck you about? Like you're invisible, but only when you're playing the trombone.
What?
What?
But then you start to get into curse territory. Like at that point, it does have to have at least a marginal benefit.
Yeah.
Like even the guy who could blow himself up, that means that he got to martyr himself.
Why does it do this when I save images and it just adds things to the file name so they don't work.
Ooh, Robert,
One of the-
that's a curse for sure. Being able to let other people read your mind, but not being able to block them.
Oh, yeah. One of the funny things
I
about
read a book about that.
the invisible guy in The Boys, though, is that, you know, like
Yep.
it should be, if he wants to be invisible, he needs to be naked because his clothes aren't invisible.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever he appears to people after, like, being invisible, he's just standing there stark fucking naked.
Where the hell did you get that picture from?
If I could just draw your attention to my screen for a second.
Whoa. Where the fuck did you get that?
I got it from the DMs with Math Pig because he just asked me to put it up.
I'm asking Math Big where you got it.
That might have to be the thumbnail.
Well, I got it. I just made it there now.
You just
I'll send it to Dave and it can be the thumbnail.
that is fucking awesome.
Where have I put it though? Oh, there it is.
Okay, so there's a comic called Chew. If you've read Chew, that's an interesting superpower.
Turn your images off.
What's the superpower?
So he's basically a psychic for things that he eats.
What?
Yeah, so if he bites into a burger, he can get the entire history of like the bread, the wheat growing in the field and when it was harvested. But he also gets the slaughter of the cow and the pain and the fear and the, living in a cramped whatever, and just all of it. And it's so traumatizing that he's not able to eat really anything. But
so if I had that and I bit someone,
he doesn't get a read on beets, so he eats a lot of beets.
Is he bright red?
I'm sure his urine is. But the interesting thing is, he winds up coming across a murder, and they're trying to find out who killed the person. And it just
oh no.
Can it be raw, or does he have to cook it?
No, he doesn't have to cook it. So he just a little bit of the victim and finds out exactly who the murderer was. It's interesting.
So if he was just walk up and bite someone, would that work?
Does he
Or
have
would
to swallow?
Actually swallow?
Or can he spit?
You're not. No, that is low hanging fruit. To the spit or swallow conversation. No.
You brought him up.
Shame. No.
Dave, I think we need to go back from the fucking beginning and bring Eric in on all of this because he is one of the best.
There's a whole series of questions that we've been going through for some time now. Like about 2/3 of them are silly questions, and about 1/3 of them just take over the entire stream with some like ethical conversation that we go back and forth on.
Okay.
Dave's also working on a stream after dark.
After dark, yes. But we all have to come up with questions for it too, though. We have to help because Dave's had to do all of this by himself. So.
I'm not sure you want me to come up with questions.
Nerdies have been quite good up until now.
No.
I'll come up with some questions if you like.
Hey, as long as it's
Considering your email address, yeah, we will let it be.
Right, do we have?
I can email you questions.
Oh, wait, I've got to do the chat. Just wait. Let me catch up on the chat. Otherwise, do we have consensus on?
What was the question?
Oh, I never even answered.
No, this is it. Let's let me do the chat, and then I'll get back to you guys. Right.
Sorry, yes, the people on the panel will wait.
Yes. We've been ignoring them forever. Let others read your mind, but not being able to block them is a crappy superpower. If everyone can read your mind, fair enough. The ability to change the colour of your urine at will. Not having a superpower. I don't know how that one works. Spider powers that will only work when you want to let go of something.
Spider Pig.
Spider Pig doesn't have what Spider Pig does.
Web.
Never needing to eat, but always feeling super hungry.
Oh.
How are these superpowers?
tricky.
Comment from Nerdy. How long do you think Eric will last?
Wait, in what context?
See, this is the mystery.
Morton, being able to turn green like the Hulk, but without the strength that usually follows. Robert, only useful for hiding in the woods.
That's why nobody's seen Bigfoot.
I'm sorry, Eric. That was Nerdy's fault. It's always Nerdy's fault.
It's always Nerdy's fault.
We
I
don't
hear
play
he pushes
Math Pig
snails.
anymore.
Yeah, that's why there's a hashtag blame Math Pig.
No,
I hear that Nerdy Rodent pushes snails. He's a mean boy.
He's a mean boy. Spartan says, being able to fool yourself into thinking God does not exist.
Who says that?
He's the only Christian in the chat.
Spartan theology. Which is really weird because God the Good One came in just after.
You should read my comment as well, Dave.
You want me to email you too?
Eliminate pedantic people. Hold on, we would all be gone.
Yes. She. Okay. We're, at some point, we have to do a very special Lucy Luxor episode, where people are only allowed one word answer to every question, and it has to be given within 10 seconds.
Shit.
Oh, way too hard.
I usually blurt my answers out before the rest is anyway, so I win that one.
All right, Dave.
Yeah.
You should read my my comment because
Your comment.
Yeah.
You emailed me about questions. My address is badger@cock.li.
thank you.
You just like to swing your cock about.
Wait, I have a good bad superpower. Is that you can read animals' thoughts, but only in the their sounds. So like you listen to your dog's sound like thoughts, but it would just be woof woof woof. So,
That's cruel.
What?
That would be cruel. I would hate that.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It sucks.
Ooh.
Okay, how about
You just reminded me of something. Remind me after the stream is over to tell you about my really embarrassing tattoo.
Writing that down.
okay? How about a superpower where you can turn into an animal, but it's like a really shit animal?
Like what?
Like
Badger.
Like a badger.
I knew this was as soon as I started talking. I knew this was going to happen. What would be a really shit animal? Just
A snail.
you best not join in on the snail pushing.
I'm not pushing snails. Jassa says,
Given what is an example then?
A sea cucumber.
a sea cucumber. Sure.
Is that your safety word?
You can do pretty much nothing apart from eat with your bum.
Just seen that in Rick and Morty the other day. That's the safety word.
What Rick and Morty? So there's their new Rick and Morty.
No. I was rewatching Rick and
Oh.
Morty because it's coming out at the end of the month of the episode.
Wait, is it finally? Because we've only been waiting 6 months now.
Yep.
Not that long, but still close. Tangent. Sorry.
Sorry. All right. Do we have okay? Do we have any consensus on what the worst superpower is?
My vote is invisibility that only works when you're playing the trombone.
What was your answer, Dave?
I haven't given an answer.
Well, you never do. We always have to ask you specifically because you always try to get away with not answering. You know that, right?
Ooh.
Whatever Eric's about to say is my answer.
Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. His
Oh, the sweaty guy.
moist. Yeah.
Yes.
Go on. I don't know that one. Moist.
How have you not seen Dr. Horrible's sing-along vlog?
I have no
Yeah,
idea
that
what you're
is-
talking about.
That is
Oh
your
my-
homework.
I literally live under a
Blog. I will not be on anyone else's stream until you watch Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Doctor what?
Shit, no,
I'm gonna write that down now. What is it? Doctor what?
Dr. Horrible sing-along blog.
Yes.
Horrible.
Is it on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Sing
Okay,
along.
here we
blog.
go.
It might not be anymore, but I
No,
know
you
where
can't
to
watch
find
it now.
It's not.
No, not really, but it's so it's so it's starring Neil Patrick Harris.
Right?
And then have you seen Firefly?
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion is the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's better in
I
Buffy,
have
but
seen
yeah.
one
Captain
bit
Hammer.
from this.
That's right. The hammer is his penis.
Now you tell me that I have seen one bit from it, which is one bit from it apart from that the hammer is the penis.
It's so
Yeah.
it's got Felicia Day in it.
Right. Nerdy says the ability to change the smell of your own farts.
No, because
You know?
you could use that.
Oh, I thought you
might
could
be
use that.
interesting, Yeah.
'Cause that would give you scent invisibility.
Yeah.
You could
you smell roses?
you could
Exactly.
distract. You could use that as a distraction while robbing somewhere. You could use it as a romantic thing to just fart pleasant smells across your
Yeah,
date.
but it would still be farts, and they'd know about
you,
it.
You get to change it after it is released from your body because you could leave it smelling lovely and then run out of the room and click your fingers and all of a sudden it smells like slurry and everybody's like, what the hell is that smell?
That sounds like something Q would do.
Is that no? That sounds like the thingy from the the other Jesus in Family Guy.
The other Jesus.
It turns everything into poo. So it keeps buying Mary gifts.
Oh no.
Haven't seen that one.
I'm just gonna put poo Jesus into YouTube.
I bet that'll come up. Grumpy Old Dude says, worst superpower, the knowledge to sexually pleasure anyone but not the ability.
Ooh.
A lot of people think they've got that power.
Jesus, there we are.
Morton asks, would the trombone be invisible too?
No.
No. Scare the crap out of people random playing
You
trombone.
are invisible, the trombone is not, and you have to be actively playing it. You can't just be holding it.
Right, how long? But is there a gap given the way that music works? How long can there be silence?
As long as it's aesthetically pleasing. No, that doesn't work actually, because if you don't like trombone music, that's all the time. As long as it is rhythmically coherent with the rest of the music.
So you could play the silence song, like 2.5 minutes.
No, because the forces that be would define that as cheating.
The forces that be. Godra says rehypnal farts.
As long as you fart and leave, you're okay.
Okay, I think we're going to go to another question. I think we've reached the bottom. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.